Hi everyone, I hope all of you guys are doing well. So today I'm going to go ahead and talk about a few intangible things that play a very important role in your UPSC preparation. Normally we all know and talk about tangible things. What are tangible things? Tangible things are what to study, what books to study, how much to study, how many pages to read every day, how much amount of time you need to give for a preparation, how many test series you need to do. See, all of these things we already know, and there are a lot of resources out there through which you can get this information. But it is also equally important for you to understand the intangible aspects of your preparation. What are the intangible things that matter in your preparation? Well, for the most important thing, the most common thing talked about is obviously your motivation levels, your discipline, your consistency. Then apart from that, your time management skills. These soft skills or these kind of intangible qualities are very important, and I'm going to tell you about one of those qualities I feel is absolutely necessary for you to develop, to inculcate, to focus on, because over the next few years, whether you get into civil services or not, this particular quality, this particular thing is going to help you a lot. So what is it? I am going to talk about positive attitude, developing the right attitude, and what attitude is and how you can use the right attitude in order to multiply your outcomes when you are doing anything. So first of all, why I think attitude is important, and of course what is attitude? Well, attitude is nothing but your window to the world. How you see things, how you react to things is what is attitude. So for example, imagine yourself to be sitting in a house and there is a window in the room, in the house that you are sitting in, and from through this window you can see the outside world. Now if this window is dirty, you are going to see the outside world in a not a very clear manner. It will be opaque, and if there is more and more dirt, that light from outside will stop coming inside, and then you will not be able to see anything outside. So that will make your view completely closed to the outside world. So attitude is basically the same thing. It's like a window in your own mind, in your own soul, through which you see the entire world. And if this window gets clouded, if there is dirt in those window, if there is some some kind of obstruction on this window, then you will not be able to see the things clearly, which will definitely hinder your quality of life, your way of doing things, your way of looking at things. So there is something that in fact I came across when I was reading a book by Jeff Keller, and I really liked this. Basically, your attitudes, like I said, is the window to the world. We have to keep it clean, we have to keep it bright, and it is important to know the very subtle differences between positive attitude and negative attitude. And obviously you want to have the positive attitude. The more positive, the cleaner the window. So what are the signs of positive attitude and what are the signs of negative attitude? Positive is when you say I can, and negative is when you say I can't. For anything that you are planning to do. Lot of you might be thinking when you are appearing for UPSC exam that I cannot do it because I was never a topper in my school. I never went to fancy schools, fancy colleges, big colleges. But it is all about the attitude. If you have the positive attitude that I can, I have the ability, I have the confidence. Yes, maybe I don't have the skills and I have to hone my skills, but I can. This I can is very important. Then positive people always see, the people with positive attitude always look at things with the mindset of finding solutions. But people who have negative attitude look at things with the attitude of, or with the thing that there is always a problem somewhere. So you have to be solution oriented, not problem oriented. If you start finding problems in everything you do, oh today I have to read Lakshmikant, but it is 35 pages and I have to also do test series. How can I achieve both? So let's just do one. That's a problem oriented thinking. What is a solution oriented thinking? Solution oriented thinking is basically when you say that, okay, today I have a lot on my plate, I have to do a test series also, I have to read 35 pages of Lakshmikant also, and I have to revise my optional also. So let me plan out how to do it. Let me cut 30 minutes from my lunch, let me cut this much time from something else you have planned and let me dedicate here. This is a solution oriented approach. So positive attitude people are solution oriented and negative attitude people are problems oriented. The third one I really liked is that positive attitude people see good in others, दूसरों में अच्छा देखना, while negative attitude people find faults in others. It is very important for us to have an empathetic view towards the world and see what is good that the other person, what is the good that the other person has, good qualities, and always try to look at that person as a positive way instead of finding faults in that person. That, for example, I have many employees, many officers who work under me, and I always try to see what is good in them, what are the qualities they have, good qualities. And I learned this from a senior of mine actually, that don't find faults in others, that he cannot even type an email, he cannot write a good letter, he cannot find solutions to this problem, but try to find good things. Maybe they are good at some things that will be useful to you. So always find good in others. The other thing was, what is very important is focus, the positive attitude people focus on their blessings, what they have. See, all of us have something that is sufficient for us, that can fulfill our needs. In fact, if you are looking at this particular channel, looking at my video, you are somewhat in a good place, in the sense that you are definitely blessed to have access to this. A lot of people don't. A lot of people even don't have access to very, very basic things in life: school, shelter, education, food. They struggle for these things. So I feel like don't focus on what's missing. Don't have this attitude, I don't have this, I don't have that, I don't have the book, I don't have this. Focus on the blessings that you have. And obviously, a lot of good resources are available for you in order for you to find things if you have financial limitations. For example, if you want to get access to test series, a lot of these things are available on Telegram groups which you can utilize for your success. So focus on your blessings, focus on things that are there in your life instead of focusing on what's missing. And finally, focus on the possibilities instead of focusing on the limitations. And that is how you become great. You always focus on finding the new highs instead of focusing on that, okay, this is a limitation and I can't go forward because of this problem. Problems exist, limitations exist, but it is your job, it is our job in order to find new solutions and achieve greater possibilities. So developing this positive attitude is very, very important for UPSC exam. And the reason I say so is because UPSC exam is not just an exam, it is much more, because it takes a heavy toll on your life. Because the syllabus is so vast, the challenge is so big, the route is so unpredictable, and also in the sense that it is hard to say, hard to find out where you want to go, because direction is not easily available. So that's why I say this, having this positive attitude is always very important. I will give you an example from my own life. When I was writing the UPSC mains, I was not able to write this exceptional answers. I was writing good answers and I was getting okay marks, but I was not crossing those thresholds where I can get those 30-40 extra marks, So for every GS, I would score 90 to 100 in my test series, but I was not getting above 100 marks. So I thought, and even in my first mains and second mains, UPSC also, I was not able to get these exceptional marks in my GS paper. So I was not testing the possibilities, I was not testing my limitations. In fact, I was getting stuck on the fact that, okay, this is maximum I can get, maybe I should focus on something else. But I did not let this limitation mindset come in. I told myself that I will get more than 450 marks in the GS papers. I just have to try hard enough and figure out what are the things missing in my own preparation. So what I did was, I looked at a lot of toppers copies, I analyzed things, I made notes, I figured out what were the important things when you are doing answer writing. And that's how I was able to score more than 450 marks in the mains paper, which is one of the highest even today. So this possibility mindset was something that helped me get there. Otherwise, I would have just thought, okay, here I will get 400 marks, let's focus on optional or let's focus on essay. But that is not the mindset you want to have. You want to improve wherever you get a chance to improve, because that is what is going to take you to the other side, that is going to push you beyond the finish line. Now, one of the things is that I find very important is, it is important to cultivate this conscious effort within your own mind, that I will think well with a positive attitude, I will speak well with a positive attitude, and I will act on what I am thinking and speaking. So why is thinking so important? Because at the end of the day, the success begins in your mind. It is important that your thoughts are positive because they are going to shape your actions and how you speak. So the entire things begins from here, from how you think about yourself, how you think about the things you do in your life. For example, if you are talking to yourself negatively, if you are thinking negatively, then obviously you are not going to get much far. And then speaking those things positively, speaking the kind of words that you are choosing, the way you are attitude is, it will reflect in your words also. So you are thinking positive and then you are speaking positively. You are being you are being very mindful of the words that you use, because that will reflect in a lot of things, and in UPSC preparation that will reflect a lot in an interview. And finally, acting. See, obviously thinking and speaking alone will not help you. There are a lot of people, armchair activists, who speak and think, but when it comes to acting, there is not much on the record, to be honest. So you have to be the person who acts on what they are saying and what they are thinking. So just thinking that I will read 35 pages of Lakshmikant is not enough. You have to act on it. So action every day will get you there. So that is very important. All right. Now, why this attitude topic? I picked up this topic because I was thinking that a lot of us face this problem of motivation, but we don't have concrete steps in order to build this positive motivation, this good motivation. And I think it is attitude from where you can start your journey. And I am going to tell you a lot about this attitude thing in the future sessions also, because I think it's very important. Now, at the end of the day, you might face situations where you face a lot of criticism from your parents and teachers. There are cases where a lot of kids face that and they lose a lot of confidence because they are being always criticized by their parents, by their teachers, that tumse kyun hoga, tum to nahi kar paoge. They want, sometimes what happens in our life, even our closest people push us towards mediocrity, and it's not their fault. It's that they have also seen very hard times, difficult times. Then you might face ridicule from your friends, ridicule from your peers, who might bully you, who might tell you that you are worth nothing or you can't do good. Well, those are the kind of friends you don't want to have, obviously. You might face rejection. You might fail the first UPSC prelims, mains, second prelims, mains. You might feel this kind of rejection, disappointments, and you might have doubts in your mind about your capabilities. But those are the moments when your window, I told you about the window metaphor, your attitude, your window is being thrown, there is dirt thrown at that window and it is getting unclean. It is getting harder to see outside, having that positive thought. So you have to keep cleaning your window. You have to keep pushing your attitude in the right direction by thinking very consciously about the things I have told you. How to think, speak, act, how to have this positive attitude towards solution oriented and seeing good in others. So all these kind of things you have to be very conscious about. Otherwise what happens is, we think about it, we listen to it, but वो application नहीं होता है. So conscious application of all these things I have told you are very important. Finally, it is you who can control your attitudes. It is you who has the power to control the actions that you take, the thinking that you do, the words that you use. So I want you to take a control of your attitudes. This was the first in coming many lessons which I will give you, many things I will tell you about attitude, about other things like discipline, motivation, consistency, etc. Apart from obviously giving you very hard skills of how to study for UPSC. These are the intangible things that are very important. Tangible things I will also continue to tell you. All right. So if you have any questions regarding these things, let me know. More than happy to help you. But this is something that I wanted to share with you, and I think over it, listen to it, think over it, and I'm sure you're going to benefit a lot from it. All right. Take care. If you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Bye bye.